Hey, welcome to the video Love Bugs. It is your host, Queen Blah and more. And we are here, y'all, for another YouTube reaction video. You guys remember all of these videos are protected by the copyright disclaimer under section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, you guys. Welcome to the reaction. Make sure you hit the like button. Smack that bell notification. Make sure your bell says all, not personalized. As you see, we react to the mom sector of YouTube. Sometimes we throw the baby daddies in there, but for the most part, we are reacting to the mommy sector. Enjoy. Hey y'all. Hey everybody's. What's really good? It is January the 11th, y'all, of Saturday. And I said, oh wow, Peach is live. Y'all, Peach live on TikTok. We gonna go ahead and check it out. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. I'm gonna go ahead. We got Peach on the screen. I'm gonna give y'all some volume and hit.
See that shit all the time. And then you have baseball players out there, a couple rappers live in the area. Um, you have a lot of old money, a lot of retired country singers live in the area. Like it's different. But what I love the most about like the vibes of Miami, it's affordable like Tampa high, but it's not as high as Miami. So it's like comparable price wise to Tampa. But the thing I like the most about Lakewood Ranch is that it's family oriented. That's all you see everywhere is kids. You see families. You go to Cheesecake Factory, you not gonna be the only bitch in Cheesecake Factory with 7 kids. It's somebody else with 7, 6, 5, 9. You see a lot of families, like generational families. They even have generational homes in the area. But you'll see like a grandma on vacation. The first time we went to the mall in that area all together when we went to Build-A-Bear, I was talking to this white lady that was there with her son, his wife, and her grandkids at Build-A-Bear, and she was getting them a bear, and they was visiting from New York, and she was buying like clothes and shit, just buying them all kinds of shit. I'm like, oh, that's how I want to be. I want to have money. My kids come visit with their kids. I can just get them whatever the fuck they want. But in this case, I'm still gonna have kids at home, so my kids don't have to get their own money because grandma gonna have her own kids still. Greg 17, and I got 17-day-old babies. So if grandma gonna be taking care of her own kids, move to Broward and not Miami. I like Lakewood Ranch. I just said if you move to Lakewood Ranch, I would recommend you move to because Lakewood Ranch, Florida, is 2 sides. So like on this side you have Sarasota County, and on this side you have Manatee County. I would say if you move to Lakewood Ranch with children, make sure you move into Manatee County just because Manatee County has better schools if that's important to you. Versus Sarasota County, their schools aren't as good, in my opinion, as Manatee County. So that would be the only thing I would recommend. Because when we was gonna send Greg to regular school out there, I was like, oh no. I think he was there for 3 days. I was like, no ma'am. Versus Manatee County schools, they're really good. Hillsboro ain't it either. My kids, as far as schools go, my kids went to Gregory McKay went to a charter school for middle school. For middle school since 7th grade, he homeschooled, and then he went to I homeschooled him in 6th grade too, and he went to charter school for high school. Most people in those areas they send their kids to charter schools. I got one of these callus in my finger. I like when I get these. I like to bite them out. But I had some nails a little bit. So I was trying to dig it out. Do y'all get this? I got it out. I like when I get them. My husband like, you so great. What did it come from? For those of you who get them, I've been getting them since I was in like 5th grade. But now they be tiny. When I was younger, they used to be big and I chew them. Just a weirdo. So charter schools are best in Hillsborough County, except I wouldn't go to Icon. It kind of depends on what you want for your children. So I always tell people Florida is very segregated. It's not like Georgia, like Atlanta. It's not like Washington, where you have Black successful people. Like I know in Atlanta, like certain parts of Georgia, certain parts of Washington, you have areas where Black people are doing well and the teachers are Black, the students are Black and they're doing well. In Florida, it's not like that. Typically, if the school is a predominantly Black school or predominantly Hispanic and Black, the school won't be as good. Versus when the school is predominantly white, it's typically a better school, me just being honest. So I always look at school demographics and school grades. I don't send my children personally to schools that are predominantly um, Black or predominantly Hispanic. I won't send my kids there. That's just me. And most people won't. When I got into real estate, I became a realtor in 2015 in the state of Florida. And at the real estate office I worked in, they were like, oh, they're opening up a brand new charter school. We're all pulling our kids out and taking them to here. You're going to think your son here, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what? You know, I had no idea that they did that. They literally, when Black people start moving into the nice neighborhoods, like right now, everybody in Tampa being pushed out, they're getting Section 8 vouchers. They're moving into Riverview, Ruskin, Apollo Beach, Wild Mama, Florida, which is great areas because you got your big house, you got a backyard. However, the people that live in moving into the areas that are Black, they're sending their children to public school. All the white families that live in the area pull their kids out of public school and send them to charters. Now in Hillsborough County in the Tampa part, which is Tampa is a city, Riverview, Ruskin, Apollo Beach those are other cities which are still in Hillsborough County, Florida, which is where Tampa is. It's just a different part of Hillsborough County. So it's still, for those of you who don't live here, so you guys can have a clear understanding. So Hillsborough County, it covers Tampa, Florida, Plant City, Florida, Wild Mama, Lutz, Florida, not Wesley Chapel, West Chase, Florida. So it covers all those areas, Apollo Beach, Wild Mama. All of those areas are part of Hillsborough County. So when I'm referring to Tampa, Tampa is more so the city part. Like that's the part everybody know. Oh, I'm in Tampa. That's Busch Gardens, Adventure Island, the airport. That's Tampa. So in Tampa, which is the city, the schools that are really good, that are public, are in Soho, Channel Side area, where the money is, Davis Island. Those are A+ schools. Your kids can't get in them. They don't even have a lot of rentals in those communities. Everybody own their home, multi-million-dollar home. Some people do Airbnb in the area. That's as lucky as you'll get. But the regular Tampa public schools, they're horrible. You look at their demographics, they're primarily Hispanic and Black, and they're felon or Title I schools. So they do have charter schools in Tampa, Florida. However, the charter schools in Tampa, Florida were the ones that were kind of forced in the area. After a school continuously fails, the county loses the money. Like the government say, hey, we're not funding the state. We're not funding this school anymore. You guys didn't bring the grades up. Look at test scores. We're going to force a charter school to open up in this area to service these underprivileged kids, these kids that are felons. So they open up charter schools in those areas, and those charter schools are still predominantly Black. They're failing. Now they do have a lot of resources, like those charter schools in Tampa. They do let the kids come to school at 6:30 a.m. and they can stay as late as 6 p.m. So the parents shouldn't be complaining about they don't have childcare. You can literally drop your kid off at 6:30 a.m., pick your child up at 6 p.m. and it's all free. So they got free before school, free after school, versus me, I have to pay for before and after care. But those schools still end up predominantly Black. Most of the parents still don't utilize the free before and after school care. The school's still failing. They still don't have the same technology like the kids. The school my kids go to, all the kids in high school got MacBooks. All the kids in 4th grade and up all got iPads. It's just required. That's how they learn. They bring their MacBooks home. They bring their iPads home. That's how they learn. So it's completely different. Thank you. It is. Would you allow your children to know your family? No. My mom had just got my kids for one day when I just had the twins. So she had them for like 24 hours. That will be my mom's last time ever seeing my kids. My mama will never see my kids ever again. Like I will never be like, you can have my kids, you can watch them. Nope. Um, yeah. So I hope that answer y'all question. I know some of y'all don't care about stuff like that, but I do. I love looking at demographics. I look at school, digger and all that stuff. Thank you. How's the pumping going? Good. So you, sir, yes. I said thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the rose. Why? Because I'm just done with that chapter in my life. She didn't do anything to them, like anything wrong to them. I'm just done with her. No, I didn't pay her. I said thank you. Demographics really play a role, real estate value as well. I'm aware. But the difference is in real estate, we can't disclose demographics. In real estate, you get in trouble for steering and for block bus. And this is why I won't get my real estate license back. If I was to get my real estate license back,
Everybody that's just coming in, McIntyre is officially out of TikTok jail. And she right back, talking about the same thing. I've been watching for 11 minutes, and right before I started the live, she was talking about Wood and the cheating and this and that. And then she was talking about her mama. So shoot, it sounds to me like she not doing nothing but talking about the same exact thing. But we here for it, okay?
as a real title, where all of the young they shot it up 3 months ago. The lady said she got to move up out of here, baby. It's so dangerous in this area, girl. And I wouldn't send my kids to the school down the street. The stuff I'm saying now as a real child would get in trouble. Thank you. No, my mom is from America. My mom is not from the islands. Her mom, her husband is, and they switch. So my mama husband had like he black and he not from the islands, and she act like she from the islands and she not black. They switched. It's funny like that. Some couples be like that. Thank you. When's my next class? Next Wednesday. You can get your ticket on my website, peachmcintyre.com. What's a good school and what area? Where you looking for a school at? Some relationships be like that. They switch. I don't know if y'all ever see that. Even in interracial couples, like you'll see the black girl start acting like a white girl. The white man start acting like he black from the hood. They switch. I don't know why. Thank you. In Wesley Chapel, I'm not familiar with the schools in Wesley Chapel, but Wesley Chapel is a pretty good area. I love Pasco County, how they operate. I would say the same for Sarasota. The way they operate is good. Like they don't play when it comes to kids. Even they CPS, Sarasota County Child Protective Services is so different. Hillsborough County don't really give a fuck about kids. Sarasota, they don't play. Completely different ball game. Even the way the police operate in areas are different. But as far as Pasco County go, I'm not really sure about their schools. I don't know much about that area when it comes to schools, but I will say the county itself seem to have themselves together, and I don't think they like ghetto like that over there in Pasco County, unless you in like Dade City is where all the black people used to live at. That's where you still had the projects, people sitting outside the stove drinking all day. Dade City, Florida, which is a part of Pasco County, but Wesley Chapel area, it wasn't ever given ghetto, so you should be good over there. I'm not 100% sure though. Go look it up. Look at the demographics. Look at the test. Um, all that stuff is public records. Thank you. Young Miami from there. Young Miami from what? She not from Wesley Chapel. Yeah, don't be coming over here trying to beg. Only person to beg over here is me. All right. What's a good area for Section 8? Um, if you come into Hillsborough County, Tampa Bay area, I would say Wesley Chapel, Apollo Beach, Wild Mama, Florida. All of those are great areas to live in. You'll get a big house. Just don't act ghetto over there and you'll do great. Teach your kids that like they don't got Section 8. That's what you teach your kids. Is Port St. Lucie school system good? I'm moving there from Jersey. I'm not sure. I would say look up the demographics. Guys, demographics are public. School grades are public. You can see where they're proficient, where they're failing. You can see all that stuff. It's public record. So you just Google it. Go to School Digger. I think that's what the site I use, School Digger. Thank you. Yeah, so that's what you do. If you're moving to Florida in the school, once again, if the school is predominantly Black or predominantly Hispanic, it's a bad school, most likely. You can look at the grades to confirm or deny what I'm saying. You can look and see where they're proficient. You can look and see the class size, how many students to a teacher, if they have substitutes or if they have real teachers. You can see all of that information, and that will help you determine, like, oh, this is a good spot for me to send my kids. Now, if you're coming from an area where your kids aren't used to being around a lot of white folks, then that's going to be a whole nother conversation that you have to have with your children. Is Carrollwood area good? Certain parts of Carrollwood is still good. Little Honduras. It just depends. Thank you. Thank you. Yep, went to Plantation Middle in 03 and 04, so behind. Yeah, so I don't know. Would I ever leave Florida? Yes, I would. I'm open to leaving Florida. I've been on here for over an hour. Thank you. My babies were born last year. They were born on Christmas Eve. They always want to come with some drama. Go Peaches, you ain't acting the fool. Would I ever move to Texas? I'm open to the idea, but I have to like see more. I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to move to Texas like that one lady who said she moved there and ended up in a shelter. You looking at YouTube and all your favorite content creators moving to Texas and acting like it's so great. But from what I've seen in Texas, Texas is dirty. Like compared to Florida, the parts of Texas I've seen, that shit is dirty. And they really have hoes. Like they have people really out on the streets at the Waffle House selling their bodies. Like the police ain't pulling up trying to take them to jail. Like they really out there. So for me, raising kids, I wouldn't move there. And I'm sure like every part had a little places like that. Like we got the whole scroll on Nebraska Ave, but Texas, it was a little bit more like they really be pimping and hoeing down there. I don't think that's a good place to raise a family, in my opinion. Even though what I see on the internet, it looked like it's nice. What I seen with my own two eyes, I was like, this dirty shit. I don't know, maybe Florida got us spoiled. Cause I think Tampa compared to Houston, Tampa looks better than Houston. But Lakewood Ranch look better than Tampa. But then we still got those parts that's older, like Sarasota. Got a hood part of Sarasota too that's like more rent down. Thank you. Yeah, but I don't like that. I was like, oh, this is dirty. I can't believe y'all be big. And I seen the nice parts too, but it still looked dirty compared to Tampa. Like, yeah, they house take up the whole block, but it looked like a dirty block. Like, it don't look nice. It wasn't giving Davis Island, in my opinion. Would I allow you to come on my live? No. So, Peach, I took your advice with contacting the school social workers, and I was told they don't. Yes, they do. Why did they tell you they don't, and what did you say to them? Thank you. So, yeah, I didn't like that part.
So when you actually follow up with something Peach tells you, then she tell you that you're wrong. Peach be telling you contact the schools, they'll give you resources, they'll help you find a car, they'll help you find a job. If you homeless, they'll get you a place, all this. The person just said, I contacted the school and they told me no. Peach gonna say, they lying to you. No, Peach, you be lying, sis.
There, I want to go. Would just feel like, what's the purpose? Like, that looks so boring. It's one of the oldest cities in Augustine. I had a cousin that told me, oh, you should go to St. Augustine. I'm like, okay. Why? She was like, I don't know. I ain't never been. She was like, I don't know. I ain't never been. I just heard that it's nice. And I had looked it up and I was like, oh, okay, like it's just the oldest city in Florida, but it don't look like it's much to do there unless you're into history, which I do like learning about history, so it wouldn't bother me. Thank you. It's boring but beautiful. Yeah, so I don't know. So you probably said it wrong. So she said she told the school social worker that she needed help with her car mechanical issues, and they said it only assists with children. If your car is broke and that's not allowing you to take your child to school, then they would assist with fixing your car. But if your car broke and your kid is still coming to school, we don't have an issue. So the social worker at your kid's school, they only assist with car issues.
This girl sound real crazy for real. You know what? Peach sounds like a scammer though. And she be like, "Oh, everybody scam from Florida, but I don't. You're a scammer."
A kid to school, why would I assist you? But if your car is broke, now you can't get the kids to school and you can't get to work kind of stuff, or even if you can get the kids to school, but you can't get the kids to you can't get to work and y'all about to be homeless, then we'll step up and assist. What you need help with when you go to the school social worker still has to affect your child. I can't just go in there and say I need my car fixed or I need a new car. Thank you. Am I sitting in the break room? I'm sitting in the family lounge for kids who are in the NICU. So this is where their families can sit. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know. I don't know when they're gonna get at. That's for anywhere. It's federally funded. They get money to assist you. Are you still into real estate? I'm into real estate. Like I always know what's going on in the market. I have a lot of realtor friends still, but I'm not a licensed realtor anymore. Thank you. I'm gonna check St. Augustine. I can't wait for my babies to come home. This is why I gotta get me a big enough vehicle because we're gonna be on go. When the babies come home,
Why couldn't she just say no, she not in real estate no more? She had to try to hype herself up and she know for a fact she don't really know what's going on with real estate. Girl, you're not studying that. You're not even continuing with your classes and stuff. She couldn't just say no. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat.
like that's gonna be my goal. Thank you. That makes sense. I explained that and they were persistent with their answers. Well, I can't assist you. They always have a boss. Thank you. I think a lot of y'all don't know how to I'm gonna say advocate is the word that I'm looking for. Am I gonna try for another girl? No, it'll most likely be a boy. We always have boys. My next class is Wednesday. You can get your ticket on my website, peachmcintyre.com. You would be a good social worker. I would, but I don't like nobody. I think if I was a social worker, I would be custom parent side and I would get fired. Cause I'd probably tell, bitch, you sorry. The problem is you sorry, ho. That's what it is. You're lazy and you're motherfucking sorry. Then this exists and you ain't even get up and go get it, ho. Like that's the kind of social worker I'd be and they would fire me. So yeah, that would be me. Yeah. But for those of you who don't know, I had the second largest employment group. I might start back doing Gregory's Choice next month. But I had the second largest employment group in the entire state of Florida. It's called Gregory's Choice. And I also knew about every community resource. So from getting your bills paid, getting childcare, um, getting housing, like anything you needed, pretty much people would come to me and we would solve the problem. Anything. It started off with me. It was funny how Gregory's Choice happened. So I used to always get jobs. I could get a job like this. I think I might do a series of me trying to get a job, just like making videos of me going on job interviews and stuff. But I used to get jobs all the time and I would turn them down. I'd be like, oh, I don't want that job. And I'm going to tell my sister about it. And I would like text it to my sister or my cousins and they would say they didn't get it. I'd be like, you got the job offer I sent you. I told you about blah, blah. They'd be like, oh, I ain't getting no text message from you. This was before we had red receipts and stuff. We didn't have it back then. And I was like, okay. So they follow me on Instagram. So I'm like, I'm just going to post the shit on Instagram because I know they're going to see it. So anytime I would get like a job offer and I decline it, I would post it on Instagram on my page, Gregory's Choice. And so what happened was other people started getting those jobs instead of my family members. It would be like people that follow me. They'd be like, oh my God, thank you. I got the job. I got the job. And how I really took off was when I ended up helping this girl. I had got fired from Humana And I ended up helping this girl get a job. I done told the story a million times. I was broke up with Wood, not talking to my mama. And I ended up getting fired. Computer got repossessed. All this stuff happened. And somebody asked me to do them a job application. I had just got their friend a job. I told them no, no, no. And they kept saying, I'll pay you. And when they said I'll pay you, I was like, oh, give me $50. Anyways, they paid me. I did it. They got a job that same day, most money they ever made. Gave me a shout out on Instagram, told everybody to come to me, and I started making money getting people jobs. That's when I started charging. But Gregory Shorts got big on Facebook. We got 36,000 members in my group. I haven't posted on there in about 3 years, maybe 4, because I started making money on YouTube. But we had 36,000 members in the group. It got to the point where companies that were coming to Tampa start reaching out to me. They're like, hey, we need to get 200 people hired by this date. Can you help us? We'll pay you. So companies actually started paying me to post. Then it got to the point where so many people was finding jobs. The career source people, which is our like unemployment office, welfare office, they would send their clients to Gregory Shorts. Like, you need a job, go look in Gregory Shorts, go get Peach to do your resume, da da da. Kind of took off from doing that. But when I started making all this money on YouTube, I ain't had time for them. Like, fuck Gregory Shorts.
She lying. Ain't no welfare office nowhere gonna tell them to go tell Peach make you a resume. Who's Peach?
Start back. Thank you. Yep. Yep. Have you worked at Maximus? What's that, Vangent? Is Maximus the old Vangent? Is that the Medicare line where you help them get a job? I mean, you help them get health insurance. Thank you. I need a work at home job right now. Well, right now I don't help people find jobs. Maybe I might start it. When I first got on YouTube, I was helping people still. Yep, that's Maximus. Yeah, I worked at Vangent. So before it was Maximus, it was Vangent. I worked that in. That's a good entry level job. I used to always tell people, if you're 18, if you just graduated from high school, go into healthcare. Get you a little healthcare customer service job. Learn your CPT codes. Learn your little terminology and all that stuff. And then get you a job in healthcare claims. I always would suggest you get into healthcare claims. Don't become a damn nurse. Get into healthcare claims. I mean, we need nurses, but them hoes that's doing healthcare claims be making more money than nurses. Do you freeze any of your milk? No, they drink it. I don't got enough to freeze. Thank you. That's what I did. You'll always have a job. For real. People be thinking like you gotta be a nurse to make money. Nurses be acting like they make more money than doctors, and that's the funniest shit to me. It's like these hoes on TikTok be having y'all food. I ain't saying nothing wrong with nurses. Nothing's wrong with that. But how they be trying to act like they so rich? Child, please. I know hoes sitting at home on the computer making way more money than them. And they just sit home on the computer. They don't talk on the phones or nothing. They work from anywhere. I'm a PT biller and coder. I like billing and coding, but I like claims examiners better. I feel like it's easier. You don't have to go to school for it or nothing. Thank you. Girl, I'm a nurse. We work as fuck. I don't act like it. I'm going to tell you, and it's stressful. And nurses are necessary. Nurses are needed. But if you don't want to be a nurse anymore, get into becoming a health claims examiner or a benefit coordinator. Get you an off the phone job. You ain't got to talk to no other motherfuckers. You don't got to be with nobody. You can work from anywhere in the world. Oh my God, best job. If I ever get a job again, that's where I will go. That's what I would do. Yep, I'm one of them. Work from home in corporate, make over 6 figures. I went to nursing school and now I work at Amazon. It's cool. I wouldn't work at no damn Amazon if I went to nursing school. Did you graduate? Amazon don't pay that much money. I wouldn't do that. Well, then what the nurses did, I'm a nurse and the pay is good. The cost of living is high. So there's nothing wrong with being a nurse. Nothing a nurse did. What I'm saying is nurses on the internet make it seem like they're making all this money. So people think, oh, I got to go to school to be a nurse to make all this money and be rich. When the pandemic is over, nurses not making that much money. So what I'm saying is if you don't want to be a nurse, you could become a health claims coordinator or biller and coder. I would go into healthcare claims. I would make more money than a fucking nurse, and I ain't got to do nothing. I don't got to talk to nobody. I don't got to take nobody vitals. I literally sit on a computer and I could make more money than a nurse, and I could work from anywhere in the world. That's what I would do. As a nurse, you have knowledge of certain things, but even as a nurse, you might not have, I'm not sure if you guys have as much knowledge, the codes as billers and health claim processors and examiners and things of that nature. But they make a lot of money. What would you be doing as a healthcare claim? So a claim examiner or processor, you would be approving or denying healthcare claims. And you would follow a script. They would give you a guide to follow, basically. Like they'll say, okay, open up the claim and see if the date of birth is accurate. So you'll go and you'll check and see if the person's date of birth, my birthday, April 16th, 1989, does that match the screen on the demographics? Okay. Next, see if a prior authorization is required for this service. You're looking at the CPT code. Yes, it does require a prior authorization. It needs to be submitted 14 days before the service. Okay, go see if a prior authorization is on file. Go check. Yes, a prior authorization is on file. When was it put on file? Was it 14 days or more prior? Okay, it was 17 days prior. Okay, approve this claim. We're going to adjudicate the claim and pay it at this rate. Or the person's going to have to pay a co-insurance of this amount, or they have to meet their deductible. So we're not going to pay this claim out. We approve it, but we're not going to pay anything towards it because the person has yet to meet their yearly deductible. Okay, they met their yearly deductible, so we can go ahead and pay the claim, but they have a co-insurance of 20% of whatever the rate was. So let's say the claim was $10,000 and it's approved at $10,000. Well, we're going to pay $8,000. The co-insurance for the person is $2,000. Do they have any supplemental insurance like Medicaid or maybe TRICARE? What's their other plan? You know, like you're going to go through all of that stuff. You'll approve and deny the claim. Do you have to have a bachelor's degree? Bitch, to be honest, you don't got to have a high school diploma, to be honest. But if you got a high school diploma, a GED, or enough job experience, because you don't even need a high school diploma, GED, you can literally do this job, and they pay good. Like back in the day, the last job I turned down as a health claims examiner was in 2015, and the job offer was $26 an hour in 2015. Now it's 10 years later. $26 an hour is still a lot of money, but imagine 10 years ago, it was a ton of money. I know people that still do this job. They're making $32, $40 an hour, and they still do this job. And you can work from anywhere in the world. They don't have to be on the phone with nobody. It's rare that you'll ever have to call a provider. If I do have to call a provider, I might have to call them to let them know the claim was denied because there's no prior auth on file. Do you guys have a prior authorization that you can attach to this claim? And they might be like, oh my goodness, we forgot to attach it. Yes, we have one. They upload it. I verify it, claim is approved, and we're done, you know? So that's the job I would always recommend. I used to tell girls that was like 18, 19. I always tell, and I hate when young girls are just like, I'm trying to think of the correct word to say. I want to say dumb, but I feel like that's not a nice enough word. Like I had talked to a young girl recently, and she was like, well, I don't like those kind of jobs. I want to be around people. I want to be on my feet. And it's, bitch, that job you got making you $12 an hour. I got a job that can make you 30. You want to make $12 an hour just because you like to talk to motherfuckers? Or you want to make 30 and you can go talk to motherfuckers for fun? You literally can go, you want to talk to bitches at Walmart, you can literally get your paycheck from this job that's $30 an hour and go walk your ass around Walmart and talk to motherfuckers while you wait in long lines. That's how I want you to think. My sister, for years, I used to try to get my sister to get a customer service job. She finally ended up doing it years later, but she would never listen to me. She used to get mad, be like, I'm not like you, and this and this. I'm like, you being fucking dumb. You can have a set schedule. You know for sure when you go into these corporate jobs, you work 9 to 5, 8 to 4, 7 to 10. You could pick a fucking shift as long as you do 8 hours. Some jobs like that lax. As long as you do 8 hours, we don't care when you come to work. And my sister just would never listen to me. Eventually, she would and get into work at home. But she used to be like that too. Making this little bit ass money. Your schedule changing every fucking week. Your kids don't know, do mama got to work next week on Monday? What time mama got to? That's stupid. As a parent, you need a concrete schedule. So don't be like that. If you young and you got to provide for yourself, especially if you got kids, get into health care, but don't go into it as a nurse, especially if that's not your passion and you need money right now. Don't do that. Please bring your job page back. I might. I know how to get everybody a job. We finna walk up to my babies. My specialty was getting felons jobs. That was the thing I was really good at. I love helping me a good old felon. That's who I like to help. I've been down here for too long, girl. I feel my husband yelling at me. He gonna be like, "You down there talking? You could have been holding my damn babies." Getting yelled at. But that's what I like to do. Helping felons is my passion. But he don't hold them notes. He touch them and pray for him, but yeah, he ain't gonna come do skin to skin. That's not his thing. My husband and I have different gender roles, but we're different too. As far as like being a nurturer, I'm more of a nurturer than my husband. That's my job. When they come home, he'll do all that. Go out again. It's my job. Yep, not his thing. Oh, I don't like you pussy assholes. It's about, oh, you growed on me. You're growing on me, girl. Fuck you. I've been like this. You just was a dummy. You was just letting everybody tell you how to feel about me, ho. Instead of getting to know me yourself. Now you want to like me, girl? Fuck you, bitch. Just like my braids. My braids been cute, ho. Now you see that I ain't let y'all bully me into taking them out my head. Oh, I like the braids. They growing on me. Girl, fuck you. Now you're going to be like, oh, I still don't like you. Disrespectful. That's why they call it CPS on your rude ass. Nah, you bitch. Hi. Hi.
Did she? Oh man, Club Christmas Tree is what's going on up in there. Okay, y'all. Shoot, Peach Live then ended, I guess. So I'm about to get back on up out of here, y'all.
Alrighty, love bugs. That is the end of our YouTube reaction video. I would like to thank y'all for being the real MVPs and staying here the entire time. If you are not subscribed to this channel, Queen Blahma and more, go ahead and smack that subscribe button. Also remember to smack the bell notification so you're notified every time we decide to drop a video. You all remember these videos are protected by the copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. We are allowed to do these reaction videos because of fair use, y'all. Once again, hit that like button. Thank y'all for being here. I will talk to y'all in our next YouTube reaction video. Bye, love bugs.